Today, I will be reading a section from Nicholas D. Kristof's Half the Sky. I chose this particular book because it highlights the global oppression of women and offers solutions to this oppression. It was recommended to me by one of my high school teachers, and reading it has been an eye-opening experience. The section I chose to read is the introduction of the last chapter, entitled What You Can Do. Chapter 14, What You Can Do. Americans knew for decades about the unfairness of segregation, but racial discrimination seemed a complex problem deeply rooted in the South's history and culture, and most good-hearted people didn't see what they could do about such injustices. Then along came Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. and the Freedom Riders, along with eye-opening books like John Howard Griffin's Black Like Me. Suddenly, the injustices were impossible to look away from, at the same time that economic change was also undermining Jim Crow. One result was a broad civil rights movement that built coalitions, spotlighted suffering, and tore away the blinders that allowed good people to acquiesce in racism. Likewise, the skies were hazy, rivers oily, and animals endangered for much of the 20th century. But environmental destruction unfolded without much comment or opposition. It seemed the sad but inevitable price of progress. And then Rachel Carson published Silent Spring in 1962, and the environmental movement was born. In the same way, the challenge today is to prod the world to face up to women locked in brothels and teenage girls with fistulas curled up on the floor of isolated huts. We hope to see a broad movement emerge to battle gender equality around the world and to push for education and opportunities for girls around the world. The American Civil Rights Movement is one model, and so is the environmental movement. But both of those were different because they involved domestic challenges close to home. And we're wary of taking the American women's movement as a model because if the international effort is dubbed a women's issue, then it will have already failed. The unfortunate reality is that women's issues are marginalized. And in any case, sex trafficking and mass rape should no more be seen as women's issues than slavery was a black issue or the Holocaust was a Jewish issue. These are all humanitarian concerns, transcending any one race, gender, or creed.